Welcome to the last episode of 2022 for a conversation about. We have Jeanette Gonzalez joining us again. Jeanette, first of all, thank you for coming back. Thank you for hosting again. The last episode we had was get to know Jeanette. Let's see how far Jeanette has come, everything she's gone through, the sacrifices, the gains, the whole life story. And I think now, because it's at the end of 2022, it's a nice reflection on maybe this year and then, what we have to expect for the next year. So I'm excited on where this conversation is going to go. So welcome.
Me too. Thanks.
Okay, so I want to start off by saying I made a lot of new friends in 2022, you being one of them. I made a lot of really good friends, you being one of them. And sorry to repeat myself. Yes. What if I said no, you're not one of them? I made a lot of really good friends. And then just kind of like change it from me. No, so one of the things I like to talk about with my friends is, ¿Cómo te fue este año? How did this year go for you? And right before we started recording, you mentioned that it would be a good idea to first start the conversation by talking about what we expected out of 2022. Did we accomplish any of that? Or like what you would have changed? Because for both of us, I think 2022 was crazy, to say the least.
Oh, hell yes.
Crazy, but there was a lot of changes.
Yeah.
I know on my end there's been a lot of changes, and just hearing your story from the last time to now, I know you've had a lot of changes too. So I'd like to start off by just saying, what do you think of 2022?
It was the best year of my life.
Wow, good.
Mm-hmm. I'm like slowly detaching from certain people that just don't belong in my life. I was going through a really bad custody order with the boy's dad and myself, and like it's the first year we co-parent like really well. I moved to my city I've been wanting to move to for years. It's probably the most I've made with my salary. So I think like 2022 was all for new beginnings and detach from people that just don't belong in our life. The boys and I included, So 2022 has been really good for me, and things happened that I wanted to happen. And things happened that I thought were going to be the end of me, but it was all for the best. So
and here we
I'm
are.
excited for 2023.
Good.
What about you?
I think 2022 was a roller coaster. I don't know if I can say I had like the same challenges and obstacles as you, because it sounds like you went through a lot in general. Mm-hmm. A lot of like adult problems.
Yeah.
Which are scary because like we're adults now. Like I was saying, like we can't go ask an adult for help because we are the adults now.
Well, actually, like this weekend I hung out with the same friends of 10 plus years that I've been friends with. Mm-hmm. And I just totally forget that I'm fucking 27 years old. Like, and then I'm driving back to Austin and I'm like, okay, back to reality,
Yeah, back to being an adult again.
But I go through that. I forget.
Yeah, sometimes I forget. But 2022 was crazy because I was expecting graduation. So like the first part of the year, I was like really working up to, officially graduating, having the ceremony. So in between, I felt like I was kind of stuck in life. Like I wasn't doing a lot. And like I was mentioning, because of the pandemic, I felt like I was very isolating myself and not going out and not talking to people. And I just know that that's not me. Like I really thrive on social environment, social circles, social environments. Like I love the energy. I love being around people. I love to talk. I love to hear myself talk. So I just wasn't really happy where I was. And I always said, let me just get to graduation. When I do that, then I'll be able to start my life. Yeah. I'll be able to look for a career. I'll be able to quit working retail. And thankfully that happened. That's one of the things I'm like really happy about. Starting like a big boy job again, and then meeting really good friends because of that. You included in that because of just where I worked.
Yeah.
But I think just being able to let go and have fun too. I think this year has been the happiest I've ever been. The first start of the year, it was a little rough, self-esteem and all these other issues. But then after graduation, I feel like I've just had like the best time of my life. Like, don't get me wrong, we've struggled a lot since then, and we've been broke, and there's been a lot of issues since then. Pero I felt at peace more this year, and that's something that I haven't had in a long time. So
Me too.
I'm really happy about that for 2022. Because it's weird to think about. Like at the beginning of the year, I was so confused on what I was going to be doing in life. I was honestly a little scared. Because at this point, I'm 23 or I'm 24. I haven't officially graduated yet. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I looked at my friends around me, and like they have families now. They're getting married. They have kids. And I'm like single, being really lonely, being really isolated, haven't officially graduated. I'm like, I'm just behind.
No, like, I don't think nobody's officially ready for anything. Like, we know what we want in life, but it's like everything has its own timing.
Mm-hmm. It took me a long time to realize that. I think I was like scrolling on Instagram or something, and I saw someone talking about like how it's not fair to compare yourself to others. Yeah. Because you're just living completely different lives. I do that a lot. Yeah, and it's
so bad.
I think it's bad for you, not for yeah. I mean, not you specifically, but like for yourself in general, because we're just living completely different lives than other people. You know, cuando te toca a ti, te toca a ti, and like sometimes you have to fight for that as well. Like you have to put your part into it. You can't just let things flow. But you know, things happen at different times for different people, and I found it took me a really long time to get to that thought and like accept that and be like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
Like, why not me? Like,
yeah, because then you start getting a little jealous and all this other stuff, and you start getting mad at yourself for not being there when it's just not time for you, I guess. So 2022 was a lot of growing in that sense. A lot of growing in that sense. Like, I'm a really patient person, but I still get really frustrated with things.
Impatient.
I still get really frustrated with things, you know? I wish I was a little less, or a little more impatient. Just, like, get shit done. Because one of my best friends, I was on a phone call with him, and he was telling me, like, he hates how easygoing I am sometimes. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, it'll happen when it happens, you know? I'm going to keep doing my thing, I'm going to keep working, and, like, si pasa, pasa. But if it doesn't happen, you know, it doesn't happen. And that's one thing I'm definitely working on for 2023 is like taking more initiative and stop procrastinating so much.
Me too.
Anything else you would like to say about 2022? Yeah. Before we move on to like the big expectations and.
No, I just do want to say like the people that will continue being a part of my future are in, and I'm very thankful for everything I've gone through because it's brought me here and the people that are with me till today.
But does that mean opening yourself up to new friendships too?
I don't know about that. You know,
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm definitely putting you on the spot here.
Yeah. I mean, like within dating or friendships?
Why not both?
I don't know. I just think right now, jumping into our topic of 2023, I think right now I really want to focus on myself. I have a lot to work on within myself. I have to work out too. Like within my goals, I really want to just stop procrastinating and focus on my mental health, on my finances, and the boys and I's well-being mentally and physically. Like, I know we have everything we need and more. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I just want to be like good and focus on like how can I be better for them, for me more than anything, because if I don't continue taking care of myself, I'm not gonna be able to take care of them or anybody else. So for now, my main focus is like working on myself. I have a really bad attitude. I'm very impatient. I got a big mouth, and like I was saying earlier, like I just have to chill because I'm very like, you're gonna know what I'm feeling when I'm feeling it, and it's not a good time to talk when you are feeling those emotions because I've said very like wrong stuff.
I've heard.
So that. And if I ever said anything mean to you, you probably deserve it.
She probably meant it. I was gonna say the same shit.
You should fucking try again. She probably meant it.
Yeah, she probably. I thought you were gonna say like, oh no, but I was like, no, she.
But
meant
you
it.
see, I'm gonna work on myself. Maybe in 2023 I wouldn't mean it.
No, you probably mean it. So, but I really liked something you said earlier before we started recording. Damn. I promise this is only my second one. Topo Chico, you know what to do. I hit up
Truly's.
I hit up Truly, but they left me on red. I hit up C4, the energy drinks, and they responded with the little spark messages, and I was like, "Come on, hit me up, let's make something work out." And they left me on red then.
I messaged my favorite rapper too, and he
Lil
doesn't
Wayne?
even fucking read it. Yes. When I was in Vegas, he was in Vegas, and I was like, "Hey, I'm in Vegas too. What's up?"
He has a lot of followers, though. I'm sure his priority is not checking Instagram. I don't know.
Maybe I'll email him next time.
Could you imagine Lil Wayne checking his emails? That shit just does not work in my head. It's probably Instagram. No, something you said earlier, evolve. Mm-hmm. That could be its own podcast episode in and of itself. But I think what you were saying there, like growing to be able to be a better parent, being able to be there for your kids, growing on, working and evolving on your feelings and attitudes. I think that fits really well. I keep saying I think. Obviously, pero sometimes we just like are okay with how we are. Yeah. And we get complacent, and for me it's always, what's next? How do I grow on this? Like, not that I need a change. Obviously I have a lot of flaws. Not a lot of flaws. Obviously I have some flaws. Not a lot of them. I think very highly of myself.
I can't wait till I'm like that. I'm a very insecure person.
I think I wanted to have this as another. You don't come across as insecure.
I know, no, yes, for sure. It's definitely that picture. Like, don't believe everything on social media, and I like to dress nice. I dress my kids nice, but every time
y'all are good family.
Like to post anything, I overthink it. I look at my background. I start thinking I'm judging that picture. Like, if I'm saying this, what are they gonna say? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I beat myself up a lot, and that's one of the main things I want to work on because I'm very insecure. I overthink a lot, and like my move here, I'm very impatient to start off, and I'm always talking shit. If I'm talking shit in general, trust me, I talk even more shit about myself. So, like, I want to change that. Like. I cannot wait till when I think like, who gives a fuck what people say, because I say that, but dude, really long time. I give a fuck what people say. Yeah. So it took I don't know who the hell's like that, because I'm so jealous of you.
It took a really long time, and like, not to get like really sad and personal, but like growing up, like I was mentioning earlier,
I
just
saw your
like
pictures when you were younger.
Don't look at my pictures when I was younger, because damn, that was bad. I had a little bit of a glow up.
Dude, a big glow up. You do not look the same.
I guess that's part of it, but that attitude has been there for a while. Like, we were talking before this. We were kind of sharing up like our personal, closer or more intimate life stories, but like just growing up as like a poor immigrant and being the only one that speaks English, like. If I didn't believe I could do it, like, no one else was going to, like, si no me ponía las pilas yo, like, shit was not going to happen. So that attitude of, like, if I could do all this, then obviously I can do more, just kind of fueled that, like, you know what? I can do anything I really want to.
And you got law school coming up.
And I have law school. Lawyer. Yes.
Wait, what law are you going to?
I went to immigration law. Yeah. Coming from that background, I would like to help the people that are in similar situations like me. But I think just that attitude, like, if I've been able to do all of this as a kid and, doing all of this growing up and going to school and working and this and that, like, fuck it. I can do anything else I really want to do. And I think that attitude in general really helped me be... Because, sometimes I portray confidence really well, but if you ask, like, some of my best friends, like, they just see me as, like, regular old Hugo. They don't see, like, this really cocky, annoying douchebag.
Really?
Yeah. So
Well, I don't either because I know you, but I
Mhm.
know like in general people don't see us, or like you say,
They
you
don't see
can't
the
see me
history.
being insecure,
Mhm.
and I have that mindset for whatever upbringing I had, and then you have this mindset for the upbringing you had, you
Mhm.
know. So definitely 2023, I'm working on myself. Even if I have to go to therapy, I have nothing against therapy.
I was gonna
just
say, what do you
haven't,
mean?
like,
Even if you have
yeah, I
to.
have nothing against it. It's just been on my mind lately. Like,
Mhm.
a lot of people are trying it, you know, like maybe it does
But
work.
you don't need to be broken to go to therapy. I think that's a really big misconception. I think we all need someone, a professional, that can listen to your problems and evaluate them and like give you an outside perspective. That's like
I just feel
a
weird
good.
because I studied human behavior. So how
Mhm.
the fuck am I not?
Yeah, but no one's like, you're still human, and we all
Yeah.
go through life, and we all make mistakes, and we all have real problems.
Yeah.
My cousin, su esposa, is a psychologist, and like they're really big on just positivity about, it's okay to see a psychologist,
Yeah.
like that, or a therapist. It doesn't mean like there's something wrong with you, but there's always room to be a better whatever you already are. That doesn't
Can't
mean
wait.
like, yeah, that doesn't mean like there's something wrong with you. I guess you just need someone to help you become the better or the more
Maybe
real
like
Jeanette.
align things because my mind's
Yeah,
running
I like
like
that.
running so bad like a fucking hamster in a wheel because I know what I have to do and I don't know how to fucking start it, and then I start it, but I need to go clean my house, but I need to go pick up the boys, but I need to go post this on social media, and then I need to go back to work, and I need to go back to school, and it's just
Yeah.
crazy, like,
Being able to take a breath. And
yeah.
one of the things I always say to my best friend Rudy is, "Cómo te comes un elefante? How do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. Like it's just little bits.
Oh my gosh.
But it's hard.
You got me fucking picturing and overthinking over here. All the ways I could eat a whole elephant. So
One bite at a time.
I don't know what the heck would that be? Like, how do I approach seeking therapy? Like, is that even anything to get therapy for? Like, I don't know how to think.
Sure, why not?
I don't know how to react because I blow shit out of proportion. It could be as easy as like, remember you told me this, and the person for whatever reason doesn't remember, and I was like, I just start getting frustrated with people.
But I think it's maybe having that working relationship with like they're not gonna solve your problems the first day you go.
Oh.
I think it's yeah, because they charge money too. They make a living out of it. I don't think they would solve all your problems the first. It's opening up and slowly sharing things.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, they're probably gonna make like suggestions, like maybe you should try this next time.
Okay.
And I think it's that trust too with like actually doing it. But okay, I have some friends that give me advice.
Yes, for sure. Like when I started, and I told clients this when I worked in mental health, like, I can't help you if you don't want the help.
Yeah.
In case management, when I was a case manager, I just felt like no matter how many suggestions, if they were non-compliant, like, so I'm not gonna go into therapy without being 100% like
being willing to try new
because
things.
That is the only thing that I feel is affecting my life now. I don't have a boyfriend.
You don't need no
I'm
man.
not going through no custody issues or court anymore. Like, I'm done with the biggest problems I was facing. So the only thing is my mind.
Solve that.
Yeah, like,
so now.
Yeah, so any issue now, I have a problem, and I was like, every time I go through something bad, something better happens for me. So that's just how I'm seeing life. It's just right now, my own head beats me up so bad. Like, one, I overthink everything in very negative ways, especially when it comes towards myself. And two, I'm just like extremely insecure with like everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the biggest thing. Like 2023, I'm looking forward to it because I'm gonna focus on my mental health. I'm 27 years old, and I just realized how it has affected like me. Not my to-do list, because I get all my shit done. I've been able to accomplish everything I wanted, but even with those accomplishes, I've talked myself down so much.
There's still that voice in the back of your head.
Yeah,
that's
like
there.
so much. And people can be proud of me, and I question, like, are they being hypocritical? Or if my family doesn't reach out to congratulate me, like, it affects me. If I hear something that's being said about me, it affects me. Like, I cannot wait to just, like, live like nobody's watching. And that's my biggest goal. Like, just live like no one's watching.
But that won't ever... There won't ever be a day and you can say, okay, that's the day I'm going to start living when like nobody's watching. It's a progress, you know?
Mm.
I mean, maybe you'll wake up one day.
I think the way we were talking, like, everything has its own time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but it won't be like, oh, on September 5th, that's the day I'm going to start living
my
when
goal
nobody's
is...
watching, you know? I mean, you can say, you know, by the end of 2023, you know, you want to be
live a little more relaxed.
Yeah, and just, you know,
making more money, because I always want to make more money.
More money is a big one, yeah. Being more carefree about what others have to say. And the thing is, like, we've been talking for what, like 20 something minutes now, and like you can look at us and say, oh, they're just complaining about their life problems. But the thing is, no,
I'm like comparing it, like, how the hell do y'all do it to those who don't care?
No, but like the thing is, people relate to that. Like, we're not the only ones. Mm-hmm. That's not to say like your problems aren't important, because they are. But I think the nice thing, and I really appreciate you opening up, is that like people can see this. The 20 people that will see this, if we're being honest, people can see this and say, you know what, like, damn, everyone's kind of going through it.
Yeah.
You know, let's kind of normalize it. Like, I want people to know that therapy's okay. Like, I want you to know that therapy's okay. Like, I won't judge you. Yeah. I'd be really happy for you.
Even being in the field ourselves, I'm like considering it. And like a lot of people ask me, like, you had your boutique, you had your lash studio with your sister, and you had a really good job here. Like, why did you leave? I'm like, because my mental health, and not only that, it was that I wanted to live here so bad, because everybody that knows me knew, like, I would always talk, like, I want to move to Austin, I want to move to Austin. But it was also, like, the thought of starting new where nobody knew me, where I didn't have the reputation that people think of when they hear about me or whatever. I wanted to start new, but even, like, living over here, I talk down on myself. So I don't need people to talk down on me. I do it to myself. And like, you know, I can't wait till I don't think about that. That's not like the first thought of my day when I wake up. Because lately it has been. Like, am I doing things right? Like, fuck, you know?
I hate how much we don't prioritize our mental health. I think we do everything else in life. Do you go through that too? All the time. I mean, I question myself all the time.
What the hell?
Even as myself, and like how you know me to be and everything, I still am always
conceited motherfucker.
Me and my big ego. I am a little bit, but I still, you know, it was really bad before. Any picture I would post, I'd have to look perfect. The little strand of hair had to be going the right way, which I don't have a lot of anymore. So I just kind of have to fucking settle. But like the smile had to be perfect. I couldn't be showing teeth because my teeth aren't. I'm really self-conscious about my teeth. Nobody look.
You got me looking.
Yeah, nobody look. You know, like I couldn't show my teeth because they're all fucked up and they don't have a nice smile. Like, and I have to be wearing my shirt this way and my jacket this way. Like, and to this day, I still think that. At this point, I care a little less, and maybe aesthetically, maybe it is to do with the fact that I just accepted that I'm gonna have to need my teeth fixed later, and I can't do anything about it, and that eventually I'm gonna have to get like hair transplant or something.
If so any dentist wants to be sponsored,
any dentist want to sponsor us, I totally accept that. We would promote the shit out of you, or someone that can do a hair transplant. I think I just kind of settled and said, you know what? This is who you're getting, and
you get a lot of bitches.
I can never.
So my friend's single.
I can't say yes or no to that.
My biggest thing, like, that I'm seeing now, because I've always been this way. Like, I've always been self-conscious. Is that what you said?
Yeah, but we're all self-conscious,
right? But I portrayed this like, I'm a cocky ass bitch. And if I post what I post, it's because I'm proud of myself. But it also took a lot of thought to post this one fucking picture. Or like you said, aesthetically, like whatever I show, it's because I'm proud of myself. Like, yes, I am bragging because you gotta know where I came from, like, to know how I got there, right? But that's beside the point. I just think, like, right now, my son is 11. My sons are 11 and 9. And I see it affecting them, too. Like, I hear them, like, does this match? Like, they freak out about certain stuff that, like, kids shouldn't really, like, think about.
I don't know. I was always big on matching.
Yeah, but it's not just that. Like, even when it comes to their hairline, 11 and 9-year-olds, like, you really hear kids, like, I've just always been like this with them because I'm like this with myself, and now I see it reflecting on them. Like, even to go to school, they have certain things and outfits that they choose because they know how I think and they don't want to, like, piss me off. I don't know if it's just because of that, but also I just raise them like that, and I just want them to live carefree too. Like, I don't want them to think about stuff they shouldn't think about. They've gone through a lot, you know. And when it came to earlier what you said, like, if I'm open to dating or new friendships, it's just like I'm at a point where I want to stop. Like, I have a lot to focus on here, and before adding anybody in our lives, we want to be mentally okay for that acceptance on our end, and just, like, know what I'm bringing in, you know. I don't need anybody to add on to my baggage. I have enough, and it's a baggage I can maintain, so I don't need more. I need assets. You know.
So 2023 for you, it looks like it'll be
growth,
evolving, and a lot of that growth is going to also include mental health.
Yes.
Which is perfectly fine. Like, I love that for you. I think that's a really good.
Even if it's us three going to therapy, we went through a lot. We need to talk
Group
about
therapy, family therapy. Yeah, I mean, why not? I don't see it. I don't see that as a bad thing at all. But I think, like I told you before, I don't really like to do these, like, I have New Year's resolutions and goals for 2023 because I'm really fucking lazy and procrastinate. Like, I'm gonna tell myself. I
rest. I sleep a lot, but, like, that's also my biggest thing. Like, if I'm sleepy, I'm gonna fucking sleep. Well, I already do that, but I'm not changing that at all.
You don't need to. But, like, to have this big overarching, like, in 2023, I am going to work on evolving. I am going to seek therapy and, you know, try to seek help. Not necessarily help, but, like, guidance. Seek guidance.
I'm going to go ahead and admit myself to a mental hospital.
Sorry. But seek guidance on, like, where I'm doing in life. And then if you find someone along the way, I would say be open for it, you know, but
I'm just not
that's not
thinking
like actively
about that.
searching for it. Yeah.
I'm just not gonna think about it. Whatever happens, and that's how I just wanna live life. Like, whatever happens. I think the people that, like I said earlier, that are in it for now, even including the boys that he's obviously in our lives, but this is the best year we've had. Even the 9 years we were together to our co-parenting years, 2022 has been the best. It took a lot for us to think the way we think now. But, like, I'm glad, I'm thankful. Like, the people I've lost along the way, it was kind of like how, you know, like, I didn't think it was for the best, but everything's been playing out good. Like I said, every time something bad has happened to me, something better happens. So
you come to find out that
I'm just waiting for the better.
Yeah. I mean, you come to find out that you really don't need them. Like, there was this one thing.
Need that.
Yeah. There's this one thing.
That.
I started listening to more Buddhism in general. And there was this one story about, like, this rock that, like, you're trying to climb up, but at the same time it's cutting your hands, and, like, you just need to let go because you don't need to be climbing up that rock. Like, there's other things you can be doing in life. And sometimes we're like holding on to things that are hurting us, but we don't realize it. And sometimes friendships are like that, you know. I've had to cut off some friends that, you know, we
They
have
can
a
be
lot
draining.
of fun. Yeah, they can be draining.
Friendships that are draining. Yeah.
Yeah, that are fun when we go out, but other than that are, you know, really draining. And then you let them go and you feel that you're more at peace.
Yeah.
And it's really sad and it sucks to let go of people like that. But it's, you know, you never find out, right?
Yeah.
You never know until you know it actually happens, and you know good things happen to you afterwards. So
you gain better things, better people.
I would hope that 2023 has a lot of that, you know, getting rid of the people we don't need in our lives, keeping the ones that are really going to be there and support us, that do want to see us grow, that do want to see us evolve, that do want to see us make it.
I just want to stop wasting energy on people and things that don't need my energy. And I give off too much.
Retweet that shit.
I give off way too much fucking energy. Like, too much. When it comes to, like, being upset, being sad, being emotional in general, like, I'm just very fucking emotional. Like, those who aren't close to me probably can't see that because of how I am. Mm-hmm. But I am, and a lot of my energy has not been well spent. So, 2023, besides evolving and mentally growing, I want to save my energy for better.
Save my energy for better. Can we get that on the shirt?
Let's do it.
Can we?
Oh, I can add it to my boutique.
Yes. Because this is my third one.
You're a non-motherfucking factor, bitches.
This is my third one, Topo Chico, you know what to do. Because, damn, that's... Save my energy. Even right now, I know. And that's one of the things That's one of... Definitely. Now that we're talking about that, that's something just click. You don't. Don't. It looks good. Don't worry. That's one of the things, saving energy, that I never prioritize. Whether that be sleep or just like mental energy in general.
I just thought about that right now.
I never prioritize that. So that's one thing I think I really need to work on for 2023. Sometimes I have friendships.
Protecting your energy.
Yeah, sometimes with friendships and things, we talk about entertaining things that we don't want in the last podcast episode. But like, I have friendships and things that I've been entertaining that honestly just aren't worth it. And I end up spending too much time. Oh, in the moment it is a good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep having fun.
Yeah, exactly. You know, no restrictions either. While we're doing things in 2023, I don't know why you're making that face. While we're doing the things we need to do to grow and evolve in 2023, I'm gonna just ignore that. Is just having no, we keep it. Is having no restrictions at the same time. Like, don't tell yourself, oh, I can't do this because of this. Oh, I can't do this because of that. Like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. As long as I give my old roommates before I moved out, the advice I gave them was, like, don't waste an opportunity to have a good time. If it's going to be a good time, you know, like, you never know what it leads to. So don't limit yourself and say, I can't do this. At the same time, be mindful of your energy and be mindful of your mental health, and, you know, don't lose track of your goals for someone or a party or something that's going to make it worse.
I've done a lot of that when I lived in the valley. Like, I just couldn't say no. Like, I love my people, and it's always a good fucking time. But the next day, I promise
this is just my third one. I just spilled it on myself.
But the next day, I had shit to do, and it's just like setback.
No, but I was always the same way. I would never prioritize the sleep and all of this other stuff to, like, prepare myself for the next day. And, you know, I'd show up to work hungover. I'd show up to work so drunk. God, I hope... Nah, he's too old to see this. But, like, my old bosses. You know, and future bosses don't see this. Because I don't do that anymore. But, like, I'd show up to work on 1 hour of sleep and being... I can't do that shit anymore. I can't do that shit anymore, no.
I know.
But, you know, being able to prioritize, you know, what's more important in your life. I think getting my priorities right in 2023 is a big one. And a lot of these things I wasn't even thinking about until we started talking right now.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I keep saying, or I want to say again, just because it sounds like we're complaining about our problems or life or, how much we need to grow, it's because it's relatable. We're all human and we all go through this. So.
What I also want to do is that vision board I was telling you.
Yeah, what is that, actually?
So the vision board, you can do it in writing or having that vision board with actual pictures. Like, one of my goals I've had for the past year is go to New York. So I'm going to put a picture of New York because that's my goal for 2023.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a couple hours, I want to fucking make it out there. And just other stuff, like the boys and I have this thing, we go to church on Sundays. Lately, because of the holidays and traveling, we haven't been going, but I do want to maintain that because my kids like going to church. And it also makes me feel better. I feel like every time I go to church, the word is for me and what I'm currently going through. So I was like, you're calling me out.
No, but I mean,
but
if
it's
it
always
helps
for the
you,
best.
yeah, if it helps you and it's making sense for you, I'd say go for it.
Yeah, and like, I guess before I used to overthink it, like it would be embarrassing to be open that I go to church because I go out. But it's just like, I know the relationship I have spiritually, religion, I don't have to check in with anybody. So as long as my kids, my Korean neighbor is really loud.
No, but as long as you know where you stand,
yeah,
and what you believe, and your kids are doing good and they feel good,
yeah,
then fuck other people. And that's really hard to do. It's really hard to, as we've been talking about this whole time.
That's my biggest
really
struggle.
hard to do.
And my sisters
it's
tell
easier
me,
to say.
They're like, what do you mean? Like, you're the most confident of all of us. Because I'm always like, I don't put up with shit. I hate people wasting my time, which is why I'm always a bitch and I'm always defensive. Like, I'm just like, or get out of my way. And I've been like that since I was little because I saw relationships, like, after my parents split up, my mom went through and my sister went through. And friendships and dating, like, I just like grew from those and ran with the thought of I don't go through that shit, although I still ended up splitting up from the boys' dad for our own reasons. Just seeing relationships growing up of others and like also in school, like with how we were raised. I hate putting up with shit. I think wasting people's time is fucking stupid, and illiterate means you can't read or write, but you're being illiterate at the thought of people's time, so inconsiderate. Okay, delete that part because I sounded stupid.
We're not deleting anything.
Delete everything.
We are not deleting anything.
So I'm just like, I'm such a bitch when it comes to communication because I automatically expect people to think and speak and act how I act. But
that was a really hard one for me, I think. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because things made sense for me up here. Like, fuck, why don't you just get it?
Think like
exactly.
That?
You're on the same page there. Yes. Exactly. Like, why don't you just fucking get it? And then understanding that people were they think differently from me. Like,
and
I just couldn't.
Different.
Exactly. That thought could not process in my head. Like, I get it. Why don't you get it? Like, if you just thought this way.
And I had a good support system at home. But I also had my mom that always worked. So I grew up seeing her getting shit done, not putting up with shit, being independent. And also, like, I grew up quick and, like, learning how to cook, learning how to drive on my own, and having boyfriends at a really young age. And I'm just like, I want a different childhood for my kids. I want them to enjoy their youth. But I'm also grateful for the independence it brought me because I think of what needs to get done and I see people older than me that just don't have goals and are very stable with just staying there. Yeah. And so to me, that's very frustrating. And that's me overthinking for other people who shouldn't even fucking matter, to each their fucking own. But it frustrates me on how some people can be so conchudos, like.
So what? I'm sorry.
So conchudos, like so fucking.
What does that mean? I've never heard. So I'm Mexican as hell, and I've never.
You've never heard that? It's
no.
just like how are you so fucking comfortable, like?
Okay.
And not getting shit done, not getting nothing done.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we can't make everybody with that, and if people don't want to go and evolve, I mean, you can't make them. Pero,
whatever.
I mean, you don't want to keep. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to keep those people in your life because, excuse me, in 2023, we want to evolve, we want to grow, we want to have bigger goals, we want to make more money. Maybe not necessarily get a better job.
But it's so sad for that. Like, if it's not these people, like this circle that person affects, because those people decide to move on with their life, there's gonna be new people, and he just like delays everybody because of that person's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
weirdness. You're weird.
People are, especially that person, but people are weird. And being surrounded by people that have, that motivation and that drive. You don't have to have like a relationship with, like an intimate relationship with them. But like having those people around you that are saying, Jeanette, what's next? Like Jeanette, in 2023, you went to therapy, you're feeling better, you evolved. So 2024, what's next? You went to New York, you did all of this, what's next?
I'm just like, I'm gonna be hella picky when it comes to keeping the people in my circle. Family, friends, the family I've gained within my friendships. I'm gonna be extra selective with that because I've lowered my standards for certain people in hopeful of what I want out of that person, but that person's just not all there. And so that's not fair to that person because I already fucked them up by lowering my standards. So they're never gonna meet my expectations because I had to lower my standards. And that's
already like a really bad.
So I'm gonna be very selective. It's either like you're with me or not. In my mindset, you have the same that I have or more. Like I want to sit at a table where people have more than me, so I could be like, okay, how'd you do that? Like I am not bitter at all. Like I like to hang out with people that are very successful and mindfully, career-wise, and just I like to know how rich
but you
people
can see
think.
But you the
rich
thing is,
in your mindset, rich in your home, rich in your finances. Like
you can see it in the mindset. I know a bunch of people. I would
never lower my standards again.
Yeah, I know a bunch of people from small towns that just have a different mentality, and when you talk to them about these things, it's just a different conversation than when I talk to someone that's really successful.
Yeah.
Like the life changes and the sacrifices and like the work they put in, it's so different. I don't know. I hate having the same conversations.
Build-A-Bear motherfuckers. Like if there's somebody
that is the best phrase I've heard in a while.
Because if there's somebody because of you and you're bringing them in, you're already knowing you're
which is different,
settling with the bare minimum,
which is different than helping your friends and like coming up together, which is different, just putting it out there. So we've been talking for quite a bit, and some people would say it sounds like we're just talking about our life problems, but I say fuck you to those people. Hey, it's my podcast. It's my podcast. If you have something to say, start your own podcast and start talk your own shit.
Oh my gosh, I want to fucking start a podcast where it's not motivation or anything. I'm just going to talk shit about everybody.
Yeah, you should. No, actually, okay, this is all included in this because we're back on live. I want to have a podcast episode that's called, what really grinds my gears? And the whole episode just talk about shit that pisses me off.
Okay, let's do it. Because a lot of shit fucking pisses me off.
Exactly. I'm a really patient person, but a lot of things piss me off. Or
I cannot see you mad. Ever.
You won't ever see me mad.
That's so weird.
But people piss me off all the time. I just take a breath.
Have I ever pissed you off?
No, I don't think so.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Not yet, yeah. It takes a lot to piss me off, but sometimes I have some little things here and there that just like automatically trigger me. So I want to have an episode titled, what really grinds my gears?
Ooh,
based off of Family Guy.
Let's see how many people relate.
You'd be surprised. Some of it's petty things that just piss me off. So that might be 2023. That'll be a podcast.
2024.
Fuck,
Okay.
we're almost there. So 2023, that would be a podcast episode for sure. With that being said, we've been talking for a little bit. Is there anything you would like to say? Let's say December of 2023, we look back at this episode. What are you telling yourself? Like, damn, bitch, I hope you did get that car. I hope you did go to therapy. Like, I'm rooting for you. Yeah. I hope you did go to New York. Like, by this time right now, you better have done all this shit. Like, hold yourself accountable, too.
Yeah, so
use this moment right now.
December, a year from now, I hope to look back and be like, oh my gosh, you were fucking feeling like that. I was such a dumb bitch. Like, I just like to look back and be like, oh my god, I remember I never thought I'd be able to do this. Like, my boutique, and when I was working at the salon with my sister, aside from my full-time job, like, I just never saw myself being able to manage so many things, and now I look back and I was like, that was easy. And now I have bigger goals, like in my boutique growing and my mental health for me and my kids, and I just want to be mentally stable. So in a year from now, I'm going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, you're so dramatic, bitch.
Okay. I'm going to keep you to that. And a year from now, we're going to play this clip. So I hope so.
I'll be like, you were a dumb bitch.
I tell myself all that time. All the time. Like, stop being such a dumbass. I think for 2023, a year from now, I hope you already made it through. Well, I hope you're in law school.
What do you think? What you hope I'm in?
Me.
Oh, what do you think a year from now I would be? Knowing how I am and my drive to get shit done. What do you think?
So, right now,
I care a lot what people think.
Yeah. No, that's okay. That's okay. Right now we're in a position I'll talk about work and then we'll go from there. Like right now we're in a work position where actually you got recently promoted. Good for you. And you'd be in you'd move up quite a bit more with our work.
Ooh.
I can definitely see that happening, not just because of like previous conversations we've had, but just because of the drive and like not wanting to settle and like there being options for more and you being capable of doing more. That's one thing. Like every time we talk about it, it's like we're capable of so much more. Mm-hmm. Like not to diminish or like not to like the job we're doing. Other people do it and like good for them.
No, but I need
but, like,
more.
We are capable. Yeah, we can do more. We can do so much more. So even if I don't see you in the same company, I see you in general in a higher position, wherever that may be. Because you have it. Like, you are competent and you can do it and you can manage a team and you get shit done and you hold people accountable and, like, that's what people look for. That's what holding yourself and holding your team accountable is like. It doesn't matter what company you work for. That's something people look for because you need that accountability. So, in that regard, I see you in 2023 as being a boss bitch for sure.
Thanks.
I think.
I'm gonna take TikTok more serious also.
Yeah, take TikTok more serious. Shit, we need to make money on TikTok.
I need like 2,000 more followers to start getting paid.
I wish I had 2,000. Yeah, no, but socially, I'd like to see you make more friends here. Which is something I know that like it doesn't really attract you right now, but you're like a really sociable and you're outspoken
with you guys because I know you guys.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to trust people, but I think slowly opening up and just being very
careful with who I'm like. Because once I'm talking, I'm very social and an open book.
Yeah.
And I can't be like that with everybody, and I've learned the hard way, and I brought around the wrong people. And I'm just very standoffish. It's the
baby steps. You don't have to tell everybody your whole life story immediately when you meet them. It's bits and pieces. And the first couple of times you hang out, if it's not it,
And I don't need friends for the good times. I just need real friends.
Because we can go to 6th Street and just have a good time.
Because I have a good time any fucking where I go, even if I go out by myself.
Hell yeah.
It's just valuing valuable friendships, valuable people in general.
So I would like to see that for you. You kind of opening up a little more, which is scary, but it's something we can work on. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I think you have a nice place. I think you do a really good job of personalizing it and making it feel like home. I think it's really important. So, if you do happen to move out, I think it would be an upgrade from whatever you have now.
Yeah, it's always a motherfucking upgrade for me.
Yeah. So, I'm really excited for 2023 for the both of us, especially for you, because once you complete that first year of being in Austin and you say, damn, you know what, I made it a whole year, and like all the shit I've been through, even the past couple months, like all the shit I've
already been here
through.
5 months.
Yeah. So imagine how much more you can be. Like once you call Austin home, and once you like fully not break away from the past life, but like, start being more independent, evolve into a new life. I'm excited for you. So yeah, in 2023, I hope you look back at this video and say, damn, I was just really stressing about the wrong things. At that time, the shit really hurts. But now I'm older, and I can look back and say, you know what? Eso ya no fue nada.
Fuck it all.
Yeah, fuck them all. Fuck them all. I'm excited.
Me too. And I can't wait to see more money in my bank account.
Fuck. That's the biggest one. That's
always
the biggest
always
one.
More money.
Always more money. Fuck. When I graduated college, I was the brokest I have ever been in my life.
Really?
In May, I was...
When I moved here, I was the brokest I've ever been. And I ain't no broke-ass bitch, but that fucked me up.
Yeah, fuck.
Not planning, not saving, just moving. Like, yeah.
But here we are now. Like, we went from being the brokest we've ever been in our fucking lives in the same year to, we're doing okay now. Yeah. More money would be good. But, I mean, we're surviving. We're living. We have somewhere to stay, and bills are getting paid. And, yeah. In 2023, I hope I never go through that again. And, like, this is just a reminder to myself. Don't ever fucking let yourself go through that again. You know better. And that's, that's advice for everyone. Like, better. Don't let yourself go through that shit. Have savings, have emergency, don't wild out when you don't need to. And fuck, I wish I could tell that to my 21-year-old self. Dude,
21's when, because before that, I had, that financial dependence on my family, on the boy's dad. And then 21 is when I was like, okay, I got this shit. I'm not going to put up with people. I split up from him, and I just thought it was easier. And 21's when I really learned being smart with my income and the income I was getting in the home, and paying my bills on time instead of spending out here. I never had that financial structure because I didn't have to worry about that till I was 21. So that's my big thing for my kids now. They need to earn it, whether it's chores or helping me do something like cleaning my room. Yes, I pay them for that.
You're messy though. I'm joking.
Yes.
I'm joking.
It's a big mess. So they got $30 from that.
Nice. I would say, and I'm probably going to go on a rant here for a second, but in 2023, I better be more sociable, more confident. I better have studied for the LSAT. I better have been into law school. Started saving money.
Get a higher score than 170.
Yes. Which is hard to do, but higher score than 170, yes. I need a new car. I need to pay off my debt, student loans, stop using credit cards, make new friendships. I need to cut them, yeah. These are things you better be fucking paying attention, because you're going to be editing this video too, so you're going to hear this a couple times, myself. And the last thing I'll say is, the last time we did a podcast episode, people were saying we were not on topic. Fuck those people.
Who said that?
People were saying, oh, it was good, and you guys flowed, but you didn't really have a topic. It would have been nice for you guys to have a topic. Fuck you. Sorry. That's my vibe now. I'm sorry. Not sorry.
I did not know that comment was being said.
I showed it to a few people, and they were like, it would have been nice if you had a said topic.
What department?
Damn. How'd you know it's from work? So, yeah, I'll tell you later. One of the things is, when I have these conversations, especially with you, Jeanette, and with everyone else, I love to just see where the fuck it goes.
Yeah.
We'll have a big topic, because no conversation you ever have in life is,
I like that it's not like that. I can just speak.
Yeah, and I'm not going to cut you off, because this is fun. Yeah. So, If you think the podcast should have more
well, they've
structure,
obviously never been in a fucking podcast.
You've never been in a podcast.
Because they don't know how this shit works.
Fuck off and start your own podcast and then see how difficult it is to have a conversation for an hour and keep it on target. Because it's you know, your fans and your guests won't like it.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is shit we're working on for 2023, so
Yeah.
this is just me being
These
honest.
are my last couple of days being fucking honest with you, bitch.
No, it's damn. We're talking to someone specifically now.
Whoever said that.
Whoever said that. No, so I think when I started this podcast, and I'll say this just to close, I like had this idea, like I wanted to be this way, and I wanted to be this way, and I wanted to be serious, and I really want to talk about politics, I really want to talk about philosophy, and I really want to talk about this and that and that and that. And as I had the conversations, I'm like, you know what? This is fun. I want to do this. I want to say bad words. I think that's something I have to pick up from you. Like, I want to express how I'm feeling. I really want to have a good time, like, showing.
Dude, a lot of people tell me, like, I wish I was like you. And I was like, no, you don't. Like, I'm fucking myself up over here. And I curse a lot. And I don't think that's good. But a lot of people think that that's fucking funny or expressive or whatever.
It's a balance.
And so, but a podcast is something I always wanted to do. Like, it was something in my to do. I just didn't know how to start. I don't know how a podcast works. So, like, you were put on in my track at the right time. Like, with all these new changes and new beginnings. That means a lot to me. Yeah, so I see you like an asset to the ending of those unbalances to my new beginnings. So this is
that means a lot to me, really.
This that literally is one for the books for me. Like, it's something I always wanted to do on my own. But
I'll help you with the audio if you want to do your own.
I don't know about that.
No,
I'm shy.
Yeah, the thing is, like, for me, I want to have these
several people reached out to me when I posted ours that they wanted to join if we ever wanted somebody to come on.
I would be open to it. I love meeting new people.
Yeah.
I would be open to it. Like, for me,
I actually don't know these people. They just follow me.
We can learn about them, and if they end up being weird, we can fight them. Is what
Don't be weird, please.
You know what you're signing up
weird.
for. Yeah, you know what you're signing up for. So that's all I'm saying. With that being said, thank you for the talk. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you. I hope people enjoy this. And if you don't, fuck off, start your own podcast and do your own thing. Because 2023, I'm going to say how I feel.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Bye, bitches.
Topo Chico, please sponsor us. Haribo, we've been eating your bears the whole fucking time. Come on, my guy. And Lay's chips, come on, they're right there.
Great value, motherfuckers.
Yes, Walmart, give us money. Save money, live better. I can say that slogan all day. All right.